Welcome back, everybody. Before you jump on the next diet bandwagon, we are about to break down current diet trends that might have left you feeling like do you get on, do you get off? Weigh in.
Which one? What's
time to weigh in.
Yeah, we want you to weigh in. So to help with your weight loss goals, let's welcome back nutrition artist Michelle Jaelin.
You're going to weigh in.
Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for having me. So I thought for Nutrition Month coming up in March, it'd be fun to look at diets and discuss whether or not they're hot or not. We're going to start down right here.
And you are a dietitian, but we will say always check with your doctor before starting anything.
That is correct.
Okay.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Okay, our first diet is the keto diet. So most people don't know this, but the keto diet actually started in 1920s for people with epilepsy to help control seizures, right? So people, when they ate low carbohydrate, they had less seizures. So this diet, you eat between 20 to 50 grams of carbohydrates, and the idea is because you want to get into a state of ketosis, which is burning fat instead of burning carbohydrate for energy. Now keep in mind, a medium banana has 27 grams of carbs.
Oh my gosh, so that's super low carbs.
That's
so it's
super
one
low
banana
carb.
a day, essentially.
Yes.
Not even.
And then you're done.
Yes, bananas actually aren't good on keto. So you're allowed to have meat, you're allowed to have high-fat dairy products, you're allowed to have leafy greens. You can have a small amount of berries because they're usually pretty low carb.
Oh my gosh.
Now,
You're
do you think this
asking.
diet is hot or not?
Okay, I'm saying because Jaelin Michaels was on the show and I read why she said it's not. It's really hard on your organs, your liver to produce and break down all the fats. She also said you'll lose weight, but for the long run, it's not good for you.
It isn't going to pay off. It sounds like you're stressing your body here.
You guys are pretty good. I also say that it's not, and my reason being is that, first of all, there's no carbohydrates, like there's no grains, there's no fruit. People usually have constipation on this diet. First thing. The second thing is you're at risk for micronutrient deficiencies. So things like phosphorus, vitamins B and C, magnesium, selenium, those are all things that you're lacking in this diet.
It's too limiting in the food groups.
Is it a could you do it short term and then move to something a little more balanced, or just,
well, you
just start balanced and stay balanced?
You want to keep it sustainable, right? So the best diet is what's sustainable for you.
And somebody tweeted that in immediately, lifestyle versus diet,
Of
right?
course.
This one.
Pegan diet, okay?
Vegan, not vegan, not pagan, vegan.
When paleo
Vegan.
met vegan, yes.
Okay.
So it takes the best of both worlds, right? So paleo, you have foods from the Paleolithic era. Vegan is nothing that comes from animals. And you take both ideologies, mash them together, and it makes a great wedding hashtag. Okay? So now, you're not allowed any grains on this diet. If you have fish, it has to be mercury-free. You tend to want
Which is a good thing anyways.
Yeah.
You tend to want to go for organic or non-GMO foods. No grains are allowed, no dairy, no sugar, no alcohol. Is this diet hot or not?
I'm going to say not again because you're limiting too many food groups that your body does need.
I would say it's a start.
Okay.
But you feel like, there parts seem missing. It looks very healthy when you look at it, but it feels like you should have more to it.
Okay, so I'm also going to say it's not, and my reason being is with the Pegan diet, first of all, it's really expensive, right? It's also kind of elitist in my opinion because you can have broccoli, but it has to be organic. You can have fish, but it must be mercury-free. Everything, and you know what? People are going to be spending an extra $400 on food this year, and so it's expensive and not good for many people in terms of cost.
Okay. Next,
Yes.
This one is my
suspect.
diet, I think.
This is intermittent fasting, and you go through periods of not eating, and then you go through usually about 16 hours, or you would do 24 hours twice per week. Now, you can only have coffee, and you could only have water when you are fasting, okay? Is this diet hot or not?
Well, the
husband's
fact there's a
doing
bag of chips and a pizza on the table.
I'm going to get to that. I'm going to get to that.
go with the not right away.
I'm going to say hot. Andrew Pell from in the control room swears by it, and my husband's feeling great on it. I can't do it. I'm a grazer. What do you say about this intermittent fasting?
Okay, so the reason why I have the chips and the pizza here is that what has happened is when people go for prolonged periods of time without eating, they end up binge eating and they end up eating more. They crave the high calorie, the high fat foods. So you might go for the bag of chips, you might go for the pizza.
I lost my balance just thinking about it.
And you know what? There's also been reports of women who actually stopped getting their periods when they were doing intermittent fasting for long periods of time.
That's dangerous.
But have they not said fasting at times isn't a bad thing necessarily?
Well, you know, I think each person is different, honestly. It's more about eating pattern. If you're someone who's okay and you feel good after a couple hours of eating, then all right, maybe it's good for you. But if you're someone who's not and you're going to feel sick and tired and hangry like I do, lethargic, then I don't think it's great.
Listen to
or
your
if you have
body.
diabetes and you have
listen
to, you know,
no, absolutely. Listen to your body.
I
That's
also read
right.
that for women, is for some reason it's not showing positive results as it does in men, that you go in starvation mode and sometimes you actually hold on to those fat cells. Jury's still out, but do your research. Okay.
That's right.
Next.
The last one here is plant-based. So Oh, so plant-based diet.
No doubt about that.
Just to be clear, it doesn't mean that you don't eat any animal products. You can have animal products, but just in smaller amounts, okay? You get to eat whole grains, fruits and vegetables, nuts and fruit, and as well as beans and legumes, which are high in fiber, which is great.
Seeds.
Seeds.
A well-balanced diet.
Yes.
Isn't that what we've said for decades?
Yes. And actually, so just to show that it's here to stay, and you both guessed it was hot, and you were right, Canada's new food guide for healthy eating came out this year, and it emphasizes having half of your plate to be fruits and vegetables. So half of the plate is going to be your plants, and there it is right now. A quarter of your plate is going to be protein. So that includes beans, that includes your dairy, that includes steak. And a quarter of your plate is going to be carbohydrates, so like your whole grains, your pasta, your brown rice. And that's the new way of eating that we've been seeing, that it actually has a lot of health benefits for ourselves and the environment. Because plants have power.
Plants have power.
Plants have power.
Fueling your brain, your body, all of it. They need all of those things to function.
But I think it's important to acknowledge is we do need the proteins, and the meat isn't bad. It's a balance up, but not the 32-ounce He-Man steak.
No.
That's right.
It's like the size of your fist.
You notice
how
small that is too. It's a small amount of protein.
Or you can substitute instead nuts and seeds, right?
That's right.
If you want to forego the meats. Or
yes,
I
absolutely.
love almonds and hang on, how are pistachios?
Pumpkin seeds.
Pistachios are great.
Oh,
they're fantastic.
All right.
And apparently the raw ones have even more nutrients available than the roasted. But whatever it takes you to eat those, eat them up.
You got it.
Absolutely.
Here we go. We learned a lot. Where do we find more information?
You can go to my website at nutritionartist.com. I'm at nutritionartist on Twitter and Instagram.
Okay.
Beautiful.
So,
Shel,
Raj,
thank you
about
very
that
much.
Friday night bag of chips?
With sour cream.
With sour cream.
Sour cream.
Moderation, maybe? I don't know.
That's how I keep my
Salt and
girlish
vinegar?
finger. Let's head upstairs now to Mel.